It's a funny thing, imagination. Entire worlds are built on things that first were thoughts, lighter than air and full of the substance of hope. What are the ingredients of a life well lived? A pinch of adventure, a dash of mystery, just enough discord to keep it interesting. I tell you most earnestly, the most important component of all is you. There's a thing that happens when we dare to dream the impossible, when we convince ourselves it is improbable, which by deduction lends itself to possibility. It's a form of boldness it takes to provoke changes that lead to an extraordinary unfolding of events. Creativity is not for the faint of heart. That is why the world belongs to the artists, the dreamers, the great alchemists. They are the architects of every tangible thing, from the practical to the entirely impractical. But surely you have known this all along. As a child, you knew secrets we all forget by the time we've grown up. You caught phosphorescent lightning bugs in jars, only to set them free. You knew the feeling of grass beneath your feet. You knew each animal by name. You knew that stars were for wishing, avoided cracks in sidewalks, and played for hours on end with friends that only you could see. It is essential in the telling of our story that you remember. Remember the tiny magical worlds you built, the stirrings of your imagination, and the longings that seated deep inside the forest of your young mind. Before practicality descended upon you, before you learned the conjunction can't, before rationality told you who you were allowed to be. Reach deep, retrieve your inner child. Just one thought, one bit of inspiration. It takes but one spark to set the whole world ablaze. The catalyst, the thing which ignites the entire formula, the one component which quickens the heart and enlivens your youth at any age. Magic. Real, unbridled, uncompromising magic. And it is here we set our stage and invite you to dream with us. Will you dare? Cue the music, the lights, the sights, the sounds. Let the score be timed to the beating of your own heart as we take you down, 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 under, over, and through, back to wonder, back to possibility, back to yourself.
And now the show must begin.
What great mischief is afoot? What glorious shenanigans ensue? Perchance to meet a fair lady, to steal a kiss, to find a thing what's been waiting to be found. There are keys so carefully placed all about the world around us, just waiting to be discovered, the bulk of which are hidden in the most unlikely of places, in plain sight. We have but to seek them out, and oh, what doors they open. Fortune favors the bold, they say. Fortis fortuna adivat. Where the bold may be steadfast in their convictions, the wise favor careful calculation and planning. We have need for neither of these, for it is the fool, the clown, the trickster, whose unique cleverness and acute sense of adventure will chaperone us through this wild unfolding of events. It takes a generous degree of fortitude, a fiery inner strength to contend with the idea of creation, to pit ourselves against the finite density of reality. It is only by the sheer force of our minds and steady work of our hands that our dreams are made real. And oh, what dreams may come for those who have the courage to begin. After all, beginning is the hardest part. Everything that comes after is filler. Grains of sand which one by one build our castles. It only takes one giant wave of doubt to wash away what so hard we labored to build. And so, we dare not doubt. No, not I, not you, not we. Instead, it's onward ho! As forward we press against all odds in pursuit of that which we aim to build. Mind you, be most careful not to heed the unwelcome clamor of boredom. It is a dreadful, hateful little thing whose aim is to distract and deter us from our most noble pursuits. Best you dismiss it straight away each time it comes to visit. Instead, we must learn to appreciate the lull of the in-between. Lean into the wait. Embrace the unknown, for it is only ever a matter of time before inspiration visits us once more, and seldom ever in the form we'd expect. Which brings us now to a most important gem. Expectation kills joy. It blinds us to the blessings that pay us visit. That is why it is most essential to keep our minds and hearts open to all potentials, especially the ones we've never seen coming. Ah yes, and games. Yet another key to a wholesome, well-rounded imagination. We must not forget to play, as children do, without ego biting at our heels. And if you ever find you don't know the rules, make them up as you go. We haven't lost you yet, I hope. Come along now, keep up pace. We've much more fantastical insight to impart. Keep close now. Look here. Look harder. Listen. Danger, discord, mayhem. In small and appropriate doses, these adjutants are key to instilling growth, to shake us to our very foundation, and give us cause to question what we claim to believe. No good story is without a touch of chaos, and it's often the mad who are far more interesting than the perfectly put together. We do well to remember that. In doing so, we allow ourselves room for error. Appreciate our darker side. Never pass up a chance to dance with your shadow. One, two, buckle your shoe. 3, 4, what are dreams for? 5, 6, light all the wicks. 7, 8, we dare not come late. 9, 10, do it all again. After all, the show must go on. Kindness is key. Coming to know our neighbors. We mustn't be afraid to let others in. What we create on our own is wonderful, but what we stand to build together can surpass our wildest dreams. Hard work, effort, these are noble things. Ingenuity, another key. Perseverance. For some, manifesting their heart's desires seems effortless, while others must toil and work unceasingly. I invite you to recall the tale of the tortoise and the hare. Slow and steady wins the race, and likewise, shooting stars burn the brightest and also burn out the fastest. Careful what you wish for, and you know the rest. These phrases, the meanings they hold, are vital to understanding our human condition and respecting the process in getting from here to the other side of our doubts and fears. Appreciate beauty, or rather, learn to see the beauty in the odd, the uncommon. Put on a new pair of eyes every day. When we surround ourselves with beautiful things, however unconventional, we gift our minds with endless fuel for our imagination. We kindle the fire of our heart's desires and lay the setting for our work to unfold pleasingly, gaining momentum with each favorable step forward. Such is the dance. We lunge, we stir, we step forward, take 2 steps back. We brace, we fall, we fail, we learn, and surely in doing so, we never failed at all. Can you feel it? The dance, the adrenaline, the butterflies. That's your soul calling out from deep inside. This is what it is to be alive. Still have your attention? Splendid. We're just getting to the best parts. Illusion. We are capable of fantastical feats, but never discount the usefulness of a touch of perfectly executed foolery. Nonsense is good for the soul. And whatever you do, for goodness sake, never take yourself too seriously. Trickery keeps our minds sharp, keeps us guessing, reconfiguring our formula, and starting over again. Just as it's the journey, not the destination, which holds the most enchantment, so too is it the process rather than the outcome which makes us who we are. After all, what is any story, any life, without a bit of trickery? Convergence. Now is the part where it all begins to come together. All of the imagination, intuition, insight, met with hard work, effort, perseverance, catalyzed by the fire of creation. Can you feel it? That force welling up from that place deep inside your belly, up into your chest until you feel you might burst. These are the divine birthing pains of manifestation. This is what comes before the thoughts become things. And now for the most important key of all. It's you. It's always been you, and it always will be. Choice. Nothing begins until we choose. I hope we've not lost you, dear dreamer. After all, it's been just a little glimpse into our process, a secret thing now shared. What then will you do now that you have the keys? Theme is only the beginning.